bedroll of canvas, and Oceum's feed on your ears. Wind blows the dust just like buckshot, and I ain't never seen it rain much out here. Smell your own sweat in the evening, wash up at the galvanized tank. Nearest town's 40 miles. The cook here, he don't smile, and all these young horses are rank. But come a tie-yi-yippee-yi-yo on the back of my caballo, I'll whoop it, I want on when I can. My spells, they don't ring much, I never did sing much, but I'm sure enough buckaroo man.
Hi, my name is Jack Lope, and I'd like to talk about the part that cowboys play in upholding a fascist American empire. Cowboys have acted out parts of both fantasy and reality throughout American history and popular consciousness. While the mounted cattle herder has origins dating back hundreds of years before the founding of the United States, the cowboy as we know him today has become one of the forefront images representative of the U.S., and has become as emblematic an image of this country as the Stars and Stripes. While always modeled after the real people that he was inspired by, the fictionalized cowboy became an idealized standard of the American male. Tall, white, gallantly heterosexual, and physically strong and capable from leading a hard-working life on the American frontier. As figureheads of the American frontier, cowboys exemplify the strenuous life laid out by Theodore Roosevelt in his 1899 speech of the same name. In this speech, Roosevelt frames the glorification of hard work that persists in American agriculture and general society today, saying that success can only come to a man who does not shrink from danger, from hardship, or from bitter toil. The fruits of this labor are offered at the end of the speech, where Roosevelt directly ties such a life to the expansion of the American empire, saying, "Happy is the nation that has the glorious history." In this world, the nation that has trained itself to a career of unwarlike and isolated ease is bound, in the end, to go down before other nations that have not lost the manly and adventurous qualities. At the time, Roosevelt offered this glory to the men of the United States through the expansion of its military efforts with Spain, Central America, and the Caribbean. And in fact, as the United States expanded its military operations and capitalist ideas throughout the 20th century, so too did the mythos of the cowboy expand with it. John Wayne films depicted nostalgic, fantastical stories of an American West that was already over 100 years old, while the Marlboro Man sparked up a campaign to make filtered cigarettes, which at the time were marketed to a female audience, more appealing to a masculine consumer. Today, cowboys are even more firmly cemented in American imperialism. A search for ranch jobs on Indeed.com brings up U.S. Border Patrol in almost every western state. State troopers across the South and the West wear cowboy hats, heeled boots, and shiny belt buckles. The star-shaped pin from cartoons is still a part of their uniform. As long as the white, strenuously masculine American cowboy exists, riding the range and hunting down historical Indians and modern-day Latinx people, America will have an archetype of who its ideal man should be. The valorization of cowboys means the valorization of the American frontier, and the protection of its borders, both real and imaginary. The violent enforcement of property translates from national border walls to private ranches, with branded cattle and the ever-pervasive get-off-my-land mentality. And yet, under the masquerade of righteous adventure, the Western dream and cowboy lifestyle is hawked at a national and global audience, happy to consume a fantasy made all the more appealing by the prospect of it still being real. And even as today, when stories of women, black, Indian, and Mexican cowboys become more accepted, the white American cowboy continues to ride through our national and international imaginations. And as long as he does so, astride his horse and supreme in his masculinity, the United States will have a beloved mascot for the expansion of its imperialist motives, both at home and abroad. Police will have models for vigilante individuals and brigades that operate above the law, and white people will continue to believe that their right to land and power is just, noble, and ultimately untouchable. I love America! God damn, this country makes me so hard!
My spells, they don't ring much, I never did sing much, but I'm sure enough buckaroo man.